moving along to Melbourne was Shammy. Um, he's made the side his own, which you can't really say that Stife did last year. And he's gone a lot younger, which is good to see. But in doing this, I think he's taken himself out of the 2012 AFL Premiership race. Well, not necessarily taking himself out, but I think he'll find it very hard to win from here on in. He's still slightly confident that he can, but he's never played a season of AFL and understanding the scoring and such. And personally, I just don't think he can do it, which isn't a bad thing because he's setting himself up for the future.
Yeah, I think the thing with Shammy is when he came in, he said straight off the bat that he wants to make it his own side. And I think, he hasn't told me this or whatever, but I think just reading into a couple of his trades, I don't think that he wants to go for the 2012 flag, and I think that he's traded accordingly. What I think he's done is he's realised that, if he does keep it the same, basically the same list, that he's going to, and if he does actually go and win the 2012 flag, that he's going to be the one who, he won off RLL and Stark's good work, or whatever. So I think he's traded points for potential. He's gone a lot younger. I don't know what the average age of his list is, but I'd imagine it'd be a lot lower.
Yeah, it's a lot younger.
But if he does actually go ahead and win the 2013 flag or the 2014 flag or whatever with that list that he's created, then he's not the guy who just won a premiership with Melbourne anymore. He's the one who improved Melbourne to the point where it's more of a dynasty after Stife than, just a team who's going to, be very competitive in 2012 and then just drop off a lot.
Yeah.
So I like what he's done. He's put himself in a position where, if it doesn't work, then, he can say he went a lot younger, he put his own stamp on it or whatever. But if he does win in 2013, then, it's all kudos to him, all props to him. And if he does, get the right results, whatever, in 2012 and just comes out and wins it, then he's got a lot younger and still won the premiership. So either way, it's win-win for Shammy.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I just got one question for you before we move along. Can Footscray win the 2012 AFL race?
RLL. It's a hard one to predict because we know that, he's got what it takes to win a premiership. He's done it 3 times or whatever. But the question that I think I have, and I guess a lot of other people would have, is that he's always done it, when he's at Melbourne and he's got the better list and he's just defending, the fact that he's got the best list in the league.
Yeah.
Whereas now he has to come from behind and he has to trade to get into, even, like right now, judging his list on its merits, he hasn't got a chance. But the way he trades over the next couple of months will be crucial. So if he's got what it takes to come from behind and win, then, Footscray could be in a real good chance.
Yeah.
Any other question, I'd probably say, no, get fucked, you haven't got a chance. But just because he's got the experience, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'd say Footscray can't win it, but he can.
Yep, yeah, that's perfect.
We'll go along to the first side today that we'll be looking at, and that will be Hawthorn with Buff.
The review.
Obviously, another one of these teams going for the premiership race. You look at his team, they're full of guns. The only problem with that is a lot of them are old. And as we talked about earlier, his depth, he hasn't got that much value. But you look at his side, it's just a star-studded value, and he definitely gets the best value for each trade that he does.
Yeah, absolutely. At first, I wasn't too sure why he would have traded for Cruiser, but, he did a good deal with Gav. He got some good value back for him, so all props to him. I think he'd be really, really hoping that Leon Davis gets picked up by Port. I mean, if he doesn't, then he's going to be using, Jared Rivers or whatever in his back pocket, which I don't think Wolf would be too happy with.
Nah, Rivers will be coming to West Coast soon, I reckon.
Bit of inside information there.
Well, I fucking hope so. I've been trying for ages.
Alright, just looking at his list now, he has got a lot of older guns, but, they might not have much trade value, but their output value is still huge, let's be honest. Just because, someone like Adam Goods isn't 23 anymore doesn't mean that he isn't an absolute champion. And I think that's the problem that a lot of teams have fallen into, and good on Buff for recognising that there was a hole in the market there and really capitalising on it.
Yeah, he really went for it at the right time with Stoney pulling out of last year's race and Buff starting his. It's basically just his defence he's going to have to improve on. If Leon doesn't play, if Ken Malcheski get back to form and Reece Shaw, he's not that good. He'll give you a few good scores, but nothing exceptional.
Yeah, every team has, a position that they need to improve or whatever, and he's got a team that, right now could compete, but it should be him versus Geelong in the grand final, just going on, the list as we look at it. So he's done real well there. It's just a matter of if he can get maximum value out of some of the older guys he's got as the year goes on.
Yeah, well, we'll quickly go to Shammy. We'll only look over it quickly because of we've already talked about him. Well, he's got a new look 22 here. I like the setup. As we've talked about, his side's gone a lot younger. I respect what he's doing, but obviously he's sacrificed a lot of points. There's not really much I can say, It's the path he's going down, he's doing it well. It just really depends on how much points he will sacrifice for youth and if this youth comes on. And if the youth does come on, well, he's going to be a huge threat 2013, 2014, 2015.
Yeah, the only thing that I don't really like is that he's got 3/4 of his team bolted, which is a bit of a turn-off when you go for trade talks or whatever. But, he's got quality midfield, Murphy, who he stole from Lovers, let's be honest. Griffin, Shuey, all guns. And then he's got Everton, Dangerfield, Surioli floating around the side as well. He's got a great team. All props to him.
Yeah, but Shammy has told me that Patrick Dangerfield will average around 120. In the next couple of years, so I'm really looking forward to that. So there could be some insight for everyone's for Supercoach in 2012, 2013. I'll move along. What?
If he does actually average 120, if he does average 120, he'll look like an absolute star. Will Shammy, but I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, it's a big call. All right, we'll move to North Melbourne, which our mate Tippy's at. I actually can't look at his list because I've got him on ignore. So I can't read any of his posts, so that will get me out of trouble for the next couple of weeks. So you're going to have to talk through this, mate.
I'm on. Flying solo. Alright, Big Tippy. I don't want to sort of come off like I'm just bagging out Tippy because it is Tippy, we've got the history or whatever, but I really think that he's taken this list backwards. And I don't say that out of hating him, which I do, but just looking at his team as a whole, Toledo to Conquer had, a real balanced list. We know how Toledo operates. He's sort of a one in, one out, very pretty much across the board kind of coach.
Yeah, a lot of depth as well.
Tippy's come in and, he's got guys like Reece Stanley averaging 33 in his forward pocket, And then you look at his bench, which he had to get pushed and prodded to post up.
Which is very odd, I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, we won't get into too much. But, he's got guys like Matt Thomas and Andrew Brown sitting on his interchange. So I don't think that he's done that good a job. And that's, pretty much what I try to communicate to him whenever we have our tips or whatever. But he does have a couple of good players. Nat Fife, who he got off me, was a good trade for him. Nick Nat, the explosives, Andrew Gaff, whatever. But then, he's got players sitting on his bench or his reserves that go right as well. Billy Smets, I have a lot of love for Billy Smets. Wherever, if he does come on next year, then that's a big get for Tippy, which I think he will with all the retirements and all that have gone on.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlie Dixon, he would want to hope that he fucking averages 95 next year.
Yeah, you'd want something for a pick number 5 in the draft. You'd hope for something.
Yeah, he's got a couple of good players, so, hopefully he proves me wrong next year or whatever. So, good luck to him, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, whatever Tippy does.